Call your mother and say, reschedule your birthday, Mom. You're on paid time off. You're going to Chicago. Huh. You know what? Corn Dan shared pictures with me of a pretty cool arcade out in Chicago, and you could just not do either of those things, and you could watch Don't Make Us Sport instead. They don't let you watch it on a plane. Ooh, there are some planes that have internet these days. I don't know. You could do that. Just trying to feed bad ideas to you. Nah. I would say, luckily, we do have VODs. The VODs stay up on my Twitch channel, and don't make us bored. I'm definitely behind uploading them to YouTube. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll try to get all of those updated tomorrow. They're just a bit more of a hassle to do than Kuso. Yeah. You know what? I don't even care. Eurovision. Y'all, you know what this is all about. Round 2 of the winner's bracket. We're choosing a European game for them. Yeah. Sir Fred is coming and gonna guide us to victory here. Oh my gosh, if you did not see Sir Fred yesterday, you have to play it. It is a horrifying Amiga game. Absolutely recommended. It is. Whoa. You know who is not my Amiga, my amigo. It's good. It's our GM. We've got Corn Dan here. Oh my gosh, this is a cute little burb here. Corn Dan, you're spoiling us. I can't believe Corn Dan is still a bird. Are you ever going to revert to human form?
It is a good burp.
Yeah, this is a very good burb. I like him. Yeah, Corn Dan, I saw that you went to Chicago. You shared a really cool, I was going to say StarCraft, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't a StarCraft arcade machine. It was a different craft.
I mean, it's Mission Craft, but that doesn't really mean anything. It's definitely a bootleg. It's a bootleg shoot 'em up with StarCraft sprites.
I love it. I love bootlegs.
It's better than you think it'd be, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, it's not awful.
Well, that's good to know. You know, we've got our 100th episode of Don't Make Us Bored tomorrow, and I was just looking at the various things that are going to show up, and it looks like we've got some really special stuff.
We got some stuff we can even co-op play.
Oh.
I at least already own a copy.
Are you talking about Deep Rock Galactic? Well, I own that as well, so I can definitely play.
I've never played it, but I own it.
I've played it a little bit, and by a little bit, probably like a few hours, so I know enough that I could probably play that.
I'm going in completely blind. I've heard very much good things, and I've just never played it.
Yeah. Well, I see a Snulf making it in tomorrow as well.
Could we? I mean, it was our 100th episode. Of course there was going to be Snulf.
Yeah, there's a little Snulf. There's a Nightmare Tower. There's Iron Chef America.
And Sharif has never played it before. He's going to be playing it blind on stream.
It's gonna
be awesome.
Yeah, this sounds amazing, and honestly, we just keep pushing for like a way for Twitch to shut us down based off of copyright infringement. If Iron Chef America does that for me, then I'll be shocked. But honestly,
it will be worth it. We're shut down on our 100th episode because Iron Chef. I love it.
That would be hilarious. Yeah. With that said, I'm really excited for all of that.
I learned something about Iron Chef the other day. The Iron Chef theme isn't an original composition. It's off the Flashback soundtrack.
Really?
Or back, yeah.
You know, another thing that shocks a lot of people, the Survivor theme is not an original song. It's a Russian folk song. The one is the and then you like actually go and watch some Russian sing it, and it's like this absolutely is Russian, and it's beautiful and it's amazing. Sorry, I interrupted your thought there.
No, that's okay.
You want to reveal the game, the European game?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
I just want to talk to you.
Yeah. No. So. Anyway, I was looking. I found something I was pretty sure was European. I went to go look. So how do you feel about the developer, right, where about half their games are published by LJN?
Which one is that? I mean, I'm just trying to think. There's Pony Canyon, but I don't know if they were LJN.
They're not. I mean, in this case, this developer has given us so many good Kusog7ande favorites, like Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3 for the Game Boy, right? The Invasion of the Spider Stairs.
Oh, Kowal's favorite, yeah.
Dream TV, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
No.
Wolverine, Adamantium Rage.
Oh, no.
Itchy and Scratchy.
No.
And they're giving us this wonderful game today for the Game Boy, Last Action Hero. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Last Action Hero, wasn't that an American movie? Yes, but the developer is from Great Britain.
Yeah, and that's just great, isn't it?
And it's not really that good. Now, it's kind of short. We might see a completion.
That's fair.
Once again, this is another one of those games that I found playing on my DMG Game Boy.
Okay.
Right, which means I had to play on a 2-inch screen.
Okay. So you got to experience nightmare mode for Last Action Hero.
I got to experience the way you would experience it if you were 7 and your grandma gave this to you because she found it at the pharmacy for like $4.
That's perfect. Okay, I'm going to choose a different song way down on my music list because it's like, let's just go ahead and play Kirby over and over again. So no more Kirby. Kirby's dead to me. Yeah, there we go. We got whatever this is. I'm glad that you got to experience it that way. However, I also feel like that might have made it a little bit worse. What am I doing? But
I mean, the game is still bad, right? There's no denying this.
True.
So,
well, the players here are going to have 1 hour to try to make as much progress as they can in Last Action Hero. Honestly, I always enjoy a good Kusoge, and I really enjoy a bad Kusoge. Yeah, it's odd that we had a lot of like European developers making games based off of movies that were created in the US.
I think so. This one's actually an interesting one because it was published by Sony ImageSoft, right?
Okay.
And so Sony actually did a fairly good job of going through and having the publishers, work everything with the movie at the same time, right?
Yeah. That's something that I often complain about, like if the movie is extremely different. Yeah,
so and for the Amiga, they even have like movie clips and stuff in it, right? For them.
Yeah.
So like Sony did the right job, right, of doing this. And trying to make it as close as possible and everything. The problem is, it's still a Game Boy game, right?
Yeah.
And the movie wasn't particularly great. I mean, I guess it had Schwarzenegger in it.
It was
so,
really popular for its time, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't like super. It wasn't super good, right?
Okay.
But I mean, action movie with Schwarzenegger in it in his prime. Sure.
Everybody wants that. That's all we want in our lives. A little Schwarzenegger. Or a big one. Usually a big one. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, a lot of his movies, if you go back and watch, they hold up pretty well. There are a handful that are really bad. I don't know about Last Action Hero. I feel like it would probably still be okay. Oh my gosh, I do have the icons wrong.
You do have what wrong?
Nothing. Ignore it. Ignore what I'm changing literally right now. This is my life. If I don't mess something up... Okay. Hey, look, there was nothing wrong.
It's a cheesy action movie, right? There's nothing wrong with it. It's not offensive. It's not crazy. It didn't age poorly. It's just a game. It's just a...
Yeah. Okay, it looks like I am ready. Well, like, Corndan, it's just fun, like, to have a movie that is based off of movies. Like, that allows you to get a little meta commentary, be a little bit sillier, having Schwarzenegger come out of the movie theater screen within the movie. Like, come on, that's Shakespearean. Shakespeare literally cut through a movie screen one time. It was crazy. Okay, both of the players are ready, so everybody, I need you to spam your best action emotes, por favor, because we are doing the countdown. Best of luck to the players. Go ahead, we need explosions, guns, muscles. It's a lot of muscles, okay? It's Schwarzenegger.
Sure, why not?
What else would be good? Quickman? Quickman is not an action hero. He's a dumb villain. Wow. Last dumb villain, more like it. Oh no, this is ugly.
Oh yeah, it's not good. So this first one, you're in like a burning building, right? Let's see what they figure out here, right? You have to collect tickets, so it gives you power-ups to get through things.
Okay.
The combat's not super great, right? And there's no guns in the game. Right, Arnold's an action hero. It's just punch time.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure in the movie he had a few weapons, though. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but honestly, like, come on, there are action movies where you have to put out a whole bunch of fires, and I don't remember what the first part of the movie is. Is it related to fire?
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it is, because like the versions of this I played, this and the Game Gear game, which are similar but not the same, both have like this as the opening scene.
Okay, gotcha. Oh my gosh, Corndan. A European game that you need to play that I was forced to play yesterday, Sir Fred on Amiga. You have to try it. You're gonna be in disbelief, and I know that you like games that are uncontrollable. Like, I've never played a platformer that controls that poorly. Never. You have to. And wait, why is our Discord not oh, I know why. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
you took it off from doing stuff.
It's because I was trying to do stuff for you, and yeah, everybody, I can just blame Corndan. Let's blame Corndan, everybody. No, there we go. It's there now. Ta-da! There's nothing that I can blame you for whatever I want, but it doesn't mean it's true. It was my fault. We're good, though. We've got us up at the top right now. But yeah, there are a lot of games that were made in Europe in the 90s. I feel like a lot of games ended up being outsourced, especially shovelware, probably because developers over there were a lot cheaper, and probably because they could really push those developers to just pump out whatever they could as quickly as possible. And honestly, like, for having strict deadlines for when the game has to come out, the developers did pretty okay most of the time. Like, this definitely is not a good game, but honestly, that getting a game finished at all is impressive. A game that doesn't break. Yeah.
So, while we're kind of keeping track of progress, there's a couple things to look at, right? In this particular level, they're trying to get through all these flaming barriers, and to do that, they have to get these tickets. So you can track how many tickets are left, right? It counts down until they get their power up. Could be ticket stubs, movie tickets. So you can kind of see if they're in the right area, that you'll see it go down. Now, both of them, unfortunately, just died. So they got to go back through this. There's no checkpoints. Checkpoints are silly.
Wait,
Why would you have
get a certain number of tickets in order to, like, put the fire
Get the
out?
fire extinguisher?
That's so dumb. Why? Okay, it basically, it makes it so that you have to do a little bit more in the area, and you can't just skip all of the enemies. You actually have to fight. Sure, whatever. I don't care. Just... Why are they holding movie tickets to the movie that they're in? That it doesn't even make any sense.
Because they like to go to the movies too. It's not necessarily for the movie they're going in. I mean, they could be going to some sort of Sylvester Stallone fic.
Maybe. I don't know.
So,
go ahead.
Legitimately in universe in the movie, right? All of the movies that Schwarzenegger was in, like in reality, they added it that Stallone was in every single one of them.
Oh my gosh. I kind of love that. That's amazing. Yeah, it's been so long that I barely remember anything about the movie. But yeah, it's an action fantasy comedy film. Let's see. It does star Arnold Schwarzenegger, but there's also F. Murray Abraham, there's Art Carney, there's Charles Dance, and a lot of other names of people who I just don't know. The whole plot, though, essentially is that Danny, a 10-year-old boy, lives in New York with his widowed mother, Irene, and then he's like, oh, my dad died, so I watch movies in order to cope. Which is fine. That's a good way to cope. I like movies. Movies are fantastic. And so he goes back to... Let's see.
I know you and I, though, don't necessarily agree on the most recent movie both of us have watched.
No, Mario movie sucks.
I thought it was good. But
I thought that it was enjoyable, but as a plot, no. Yeah, I have to say that the plot is pretty much the worst, but I enjoyed the movie.
I don't know if I would call the plot the worst. The plot is very quintessential Mario.
There is no plot.
Everything crammed together, and the basic plot is Bowser something something princess.
Yeah, okay, as somebody who went to grad school for writing, I actually am authorized to say that the plot is the worst.
I mean, legitimately, I don't think. The plot could have been it could have been a lot slower, right? It would have been nice.
I don't even care if it was slower. Just make it so that you actually have some character arcs. You know, once you start a plot point, actually maybe expand upon it instead of having like 10 different plots start and then none of them go anywhere. You just like leave it. That was my main complaint.
So Megan's got the bomb. He's to hold down, like down in ears, down in I don't remember. He's not soft locked. They're not soft locked.
So as it turns out, Arnold in this movie is actually playing the indestructible Los Angeles cop Jack Slater. This little kid keeps going to the movie theaters to watch all of these movies starring Jack Slater. He went to an early screening of Jack Slater 4. However, the ticket stub warps this kid into the movie in the middle of a car chase, and Arnold's like, "What are you doing? Get out! Get out of my cop car!" And drama ensues. That's essentially what happens. So I assume here you're playing Arnold, who's like busy doing generic cop stuff, like blowing up doors with the bomb.
Yeah, this is probably if I remember correctly, the opener to Arnold Plays a Movie 4.
Oh yeah.
So there are like 9 levels here.
And then for some reason the kid is obsessed with like, this world isn't real, Arnold. I mean, Jack Slater, this isn't a real world. It's all fake. Here's evidence that you live in a fake world. So it's like, what a jerk kid. Kid gets warped into this other fictional world, and all he cares about is, this isn't real. None of this is real. Stupid. It's not real. And then by, like, learning that fiction and reality, the lines between those are a little bit blurred and it's not really super important, that's how he learns how to cope with the death of his father. At least that's what I would assume, because I haven't actually read the rest of the synopsis. But that's how you write a plot, Corndan. See? You start a plot, and then you end up progressing it so that the beginning actually gets wrapped up. Mario, 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 you didn't do any of that crap, okay? Oh. Parents make fun of me. Yeah, they still make fun of you, stupid Mario. Anyways. Yeah, it looks like Meekins is on to the next stage, the driving stage, which is where the kid in the movie gets warped into in order to be in the fictional world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okami apparently is saying the driving stage will be interesting to see. I don't
It's
know.
kind of a boring, like...
Yeah. This
Meekin does have
fine.
to go collect those tickets.
Yeah, this is
You need,
shockingly
because you
boring.
need the power-up to attack the helicopter.
Wait. You get the power-up after collecting enough tickets? Is this like an infinite scroller? Or... No! No, it's not! Oh!
No, it's not!
Into the water. Beautiful. You have to get 24 tickets? How are you supposed
there are
to
a lot.
do this?
They're everywhere.
Okay, so destroying cars is one way to get them. Maybe not every car, but at least some cars. This is hideous, Corndan. I gotta be honest. I don't love the music, but like this was created by Bits Studios.
Yep.
I don't recall where they were located. Let me see.
They're in the UK.
In the UK, okay.
That's how they're Eurovision.
Yeah, and they definitely were used to make a lot of games based off of movies. I mean, you had Terminator 2. We've also got Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves for Game Boy and NES, a game that we haven't had here yet, but honestly, maybe one day. Yeah, the Spider-Man 2 and 3, Last Action Hero, Alien 3 for Game Boy. Oh, that one.
We've had all of those.
Oh, Terminator 2, Judgment Day on Super Nintendo and Genesis. Okay. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which is really bad. It's really, really, really bad. Warlocked for Game Boy Color. That might be one that we haven't had yet.
We have not, but once again, probably should.
Yeah, Bit Studio, they're classic. Absolutely. They're absolutely a developer.
They're a developer of all time.
They are a developer of all time.
I don't know if Meekin has realized yet that running into the cars gets you tickets.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've seen Meekins doing it a little bit with some of the cars, but I don't know if it's every car that gets you a ticket.
And it's not costing Meekin health.
Yeah, like, don't run into the pothole. That's basically it. Run into cars.
That costs you health. Yeah.
So one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is continues. Because honestly, this could become a problem if Meekins keeps dying on the stage over and over again. I mean, Meekins has 3 lives right now. Are there limited continues?
I don't remember. I don't think I used up enough continues that if they were limited, I ran out. I also didn't play an hour. I kind of got here, right, did this and a little bit more and went, yup. I know the long play's 17 minutes, but this could easily still go an hour.
Okay. So
right? Depending on what what either of the players figure out.
So here's the plot in the manual. This is essentially what happens.
You found a manual?
I found a manual for this game, yes.
For the Game Boy?
Maybe? Let me see. Is this Game Boy or NES?
I mean, I think the story isn't going to be a different.
This is NES, yeah. But yeah, the story goes essentially, you're Jack Slater, and you've just been cast in the biggest adventure of your life. It all began when Danny Madigan got hold of a magical movie ticket that somehow blasted him onto the silver screen. But then the bad guys stole the magic ticket. And so what do? Oh, they warp themselves into the real world. So what you have to do is, I actually have no idea how you get back. How do you get back if you don't have the magic ticket? Like, there are lots of tickets in this world, but they all seem like normal tickets.
Yeah, so I believe from what I remember here, the power-up you get when you get all 24 tickets in Stage 3 is it gives you a turbo, which lets you make that jump.
Yeah.
Oh, we might be seeing...
I think Meekins has figured out destroy all cars. Escorian is really struggling with Stage 1. Now, everybody, this is a winner's bracket match, which means that nobody is getting eliminated because they lose today. Both Meekins Box and Escorian, though, I have done extremely well in the past. And putting these two head-to-head, you know, I have no idea who would be the winner. I probably would have put my bet on Escorian, but it's honestly like a toss-up either way. They are both extremely talented when it comes to blind playthroughs of video games. And both of them have been playing for years. I think Meekins possibly started in Kusog7ande.
And I think it really comes down to here, like, who can grasp what the game wants you to do?
Yeah.
Sooner. Right, is really what it kind of...
I agree, yeah.
And I think at least so far, Meekin has kind of... They've kind of figured out what the game wants.
Yeah, Escorian, I feel like once she gets through this first stage, she'll start catching up quite a bit. Meekins has taken a little while to, like, figure out what the tickets are all about. How much information did you give the players, by the way?
None.
Oh.
Mostly because I couldn't find it, right? Like,
okay.
I looked. I'm a big proponent, if you have the manual, give the manual, right?
Same.
Because I think there can sometimes be valuable information in there that can be really helpful to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find one. Like, legitimately could not find a manual at all for this. I looked. There was one for sale. That's not going to help me out here.
I'm not going to buy a freaking manual for game. Like, why? Make it available for free. Come on, digital preservation. But then again, maybe someone will buy the manual and put it up online.
Has the update.
Yeah, but only 23 seconds left to complete the level. That is possibly the biggest issue. When you have an auto-scroller where you can keep delaying your own progress in order to collect the tickets, you really have to balance what you're doing, and Meekins is in the missile section. That's a death. Oh, this is cruel.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
This is why this here is kind of why I wanted to give out the game. Like, the game is deceptively simple, but it's really hard.
Okay.
Because the game doesn't care about your feelings. And I think it's hard because of just a lot of the, like, shortcomings, just like in general of the game, right? I don't think this is like hard necessarily because they meant it to be, right? Yeah. It's hard because they asked for too many tickets and then just started putting stuff in the way, right? Which maybe is what they were trying for, right? But now, like in this, right, those tickets are blowing back and forth. So even if you did all the right things, you still might miss the ticket anyway.
Okay. Ooh, I may have found... Okay. I'm looking for manuals, and unfortunately, this specific...
I found the NES one.
Yeah,
right, the NES one doesn't have the car driving scenes. I found Super Nintendo one. Right? All of those are you know, so I found all of that.
Yeah.
All right, now Meekins has got a little bit more time now. Now, the nice thing is too now, Ascorian's up against that boss.
Okay, the boss that with the whatever chainsaw.
Yeah, and all you gotta do is just like knock him off the
there we go.
the roof, which is nice.
Very, very nice. What is this manual? I found a manual for Data East Last Action Hero Pinball. Okay. I found that.
So there's So now Meekins has got to try to figure out what's going on here. And it's great.
Yeah, so what's going on here?
He's in New LA, New York, whatever.
Okay.
I don't remember. Remember, I told you I only really did up to stage 3. And it took me a while. It actually took me longer than Meekin did it. Right? It took me about a half an hour.
Gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like this is one of the few Game Boy manuals that has not quite been preserved. There are some websites specifically dedicated to Game Boy games, and they're quite...
Yep.
There are quite a few that still need manuals scanned and uploaded. So this, if y'all have the manual for Last Action Hero in your basement, you could contribute to video game history, and apparently there's a Game Gear manual.
It's pretty much the same.
Okay. This music, I don't love it. How would you
No, I
yeah.
It's better than Beeps and Boops. But you can really only hear, like, the bass line of it.
Yeah, I'd say that the person who did the music for this, like, they've worked on a lot of games, but they've worked on a lot of... For audio, it's a lot of bad games. Except that apparently Jet Set Willie on Commodore 64 used a method that this guy created, and as far as I can tell, that's literally... Maybe Ninja Spear for Game Boy was good, but, you know, I see No Escape, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Wolverine, Adamantium Rage, The Itchy and Scratchy Game, Mary-Kate and Ashley Winner's Circle for Game Boy, Ants World Sports, Mission Impossible, Operation Surma on Game Boy Advance. Like, these are kind of horrifying. And the audio is not exactly the best. With that said, like, I think that this person, you know, has worked all over in video games, like, including fairly recently Timothy versus the Aliens, or how about The Last Worker for Windows that came out this year. I don't know anything about that, though, other than it exists. Like, I love that somebody, like, who put out some pretty bad music for this game. Like, still had a very solid career. You know, you don't have to be the best composer.
You just have to go do it.
Yeah.
All right, so Esco has the power up.
Is she gonna clear it this quickly? Oh my gosh. I think she might. Is that it?
Yep.
Esco made up tons of time
A lot of time.
on to stage 4. Meanwhile,
They're gonna struggle here.
Ooh, I
Trying
kind
to
of like
figure
the
out what
music
to do
here,
with that
though.
bomb. I'm kind of okay with this music. So the goal of stage 5 is to ride the glass elevators to the roof, right?
Yeah.
And then fight a helicopter.
Ride to the roof and fight a helicopter. Welcome. It's a parody of action movies, you know. That's what this is all about. We gotta laugh at them a little bit, you know. Only 9 seconds left, though. I hate when you only have 9 seconds.
Yeah. So the timing for stage 4, is tight, right? And what you have to do is use that little bomb, right, to make you an extra platform. Sounds a little weird, but that's what you'll have to do. And Esco will figure it out. We can figure it out pretty quick. I expect Esco to as well.
I think so as well. Bombs usually are destructive, not constructive. So
Yep.
I can understand the confusion with what you're supposed to do on the level. Because it's BS. That's why. Oh, there we go. Okay, the bomb there blew it up. Oh, the bomb apparently reaches out far and knocks down a platform. Esco got it second try. Very nice. Still, it's like, how are you supposed to know that you are supposed to put a bomb down other than a bomb appeared and you can't progress there anymore? I've got a few complaints about this game, Corndan.
I'm sure you do.
Okay.
I mean, as you should. The helicopter is kind of a... This is kind of a pain. You gotta time everything, and they're just gonna come, like, gun you down.
Yeah, it looks like actually getting the helicopter in the right location so that you can hit them with the missile is a little bit of a challenge.
Die.
Yeah, I wonder if the damage race, if you're able to win that against the helicopter. I mean, in general, like, the point of the missile is to kill it in one hit. Like, if your missile doesn't blow a helicopter up in one hit, you need new missiles.
Yeah.
No, Beacons has to do the whole level again. No! This really is opening up the chance for Esco to make up a lot of time. Because if Esco can beat this level on the first or the second try, the gap just closes.
I mean, that was Meekin's first try, right?
Yeah.
So Esco would have to do it on the second, like the first try, and even on that, if you see where they're at, they're basically in the same location now.
I don't like the elevator movements. This, especially since it's almost a blind jump, and if you don't do it perfectly, you fall straight down. Like, it's got a limited horizontal reach, it seems like, when you jump.
And the timer is so close, it's so tight on all of this, right? You really can't wait to try to figure it out.
Oh, there we go. Esco getting the jump. Yeah, these jumps are bad. These are really, really bad. I hate this, Corndan. The thing is, the players have to play the waiting game, yet they know this is a race, you know? They have to beat the other player, you know, and, but also, knowing that you have to wait, it means that the other player is there having to wait as well. Meekins full game over, Meekins now has the possibility to start.
But you're at like a half an hour left.
Yeah. That's still plenty of time. Honestly, getting a full game over at about the half-hour mark, I think is completely fine. You can do the first levels relatively quickly as long as you remember what you're supposed to do. Getting shot by this dude is not what you're supposed to do, but that's fine.
It happens, though.
Yeah, sometimes you just get shot by a dude. What can you say? Ascorian, meanwhile, just needs to be a little bit careful. After the first or second jump, it's no longer you fall down to the ground and can keep, and can try again. It's you fall to the ground and you're dead. So, the first couple jumps, not too stressful, but after the first jumps, you have to wait. You gotta take your time. Despite the timer at the bottom left ticking down,
Yep.
Not only that, but you have tickets to collect while you're doing all of this.
Yeah, I mean, this game is quick. I see if there are speedrun times for this. I can't believe I'm looking this up.
I can't believe you don't already know.
Well, because I didn't look it up.
Oh, well, okay. Doodaloo, doo-doo-doo-doo, doodaloo, doo-doo-doo, doodaloo.
Okay, so it has a version on it. There are 3 people on the leaderboard.
Okay.
And the speedrun time is like 11 minutes and 46 seconds.
That's really not bad for a Game Boy game. That's pretty fast. Yeah. I mean, Xena for Game Boy Color is is about half of that, but that's also a game that, like, if you're playing casually, it's going to take several hours to beat if you don't figure out how to use glitches in it. Whereas this, it seems like probably just a couple days play, like, 1 or 2 hours, even if you're playing casually, you're probably going to beat this game, and then what then?
Probably, I would say like 2 hours, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because you figure, like, let's see what's going to happen here at 1 hour, right? I mean, these guys have a skill level, both Beacon and Ascorian. This is almost like playing casually.
Yeah.
I won't say exactly like that.
It's more like, let's go ahead and just... Well, a blind race, it's a little bit more skilled than playing casually, in that, you're probably not going to explore quite as much. You're going to try to memorize what you've done. You're not going to dilly-dally. You're not going to be like me and find a wall that is weird and then jump at it for like 10 minutes because that's just what you do when you play video games. You're trying to get through as quickly as possible.
That's not what I do when I play video games.
That's what I do. Corn Dad, I love jumping at walls, okay? There's a reason I have found quite a few wall glitches with games. And it's like, whenever I find one, I'm like, well, now I gotta speedrun this, huh? There we go, Meekin's back to stage 3. Yeah, the early levels are very, very easy.
I mean, all of this, I think, like, once you know what you're doing, right? Most of the 32 minutes so far, Meekin spent in level 3 trying to understand this.
Yeah, Meekin's...
Right.
Like, for those who don't know Meekins has been around in the speedrunning community for a long time. They are also staff over with GDQ. They've done a lot of races, and
they're staff at the Big Bad Game-a-thon.
And at Big Bad Game-a-thon, yeah. In fact, Meekins is the legendary overnight person who's always there when everything goes wrong.
Meekins is the reason our stream breaks on BBG. Not because Meekins has done anything wrong. They have not. It just happens.
Yeah, it's
And
like
it always seems to happen on Meekin's shift.
it's the Meekin's curse. Which, honestly, every stream needs a curse. Do we have a curse here?
I mean, aren't you the curse here?
Oh my gosh, I know I'm the streamer.
Yeah?
You can't just call me a curse. I guess you can. Yeah, that's fine.
And Meekin, you got one. Ah.
It's all good. I mean, like, in a speedrun, you'd be heartbroken to see that death, but in a race setting like this, like, that's Meekin's first death in this set of continues. So it's really not that big of a deal. Just I mean, no.
I was gonna say, right? Let's be honest. Meekin is gonna get back to the hotel stage, right, and effectively not have missed anything.
Yeah,
because of how dumb this game is.
Yeah, just like a few minutes lost and that's it. I actually sort of appreciate a game that rewards knowledge and that lets you get back to where you were relatively quickly as long as you remember what you were supposed to learn in the previous stages. Escorian actually has done pretty well with like the whole knowledge aspect as well. Like, yeah, stage 1 took quite a while. Stage 2 went fast. Stage 3, I think it was 2 tries, because Escorian had learned the tickets are very important. We have to figure out a way to collect as many of those as possible and get to the end of the stage. So Escorian, like, had already gotten into mind the tickets are important. You will want to grab those.
I think there's one ticket left up here that Meekin can get.
I believe so, yeah. Just need to
if not Meekin's just going off.
No! Oh, yes, there we go.
There we go.
Woo! And the level is done. Missed the heart, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, why is there even a... Is it a permanent health upgrade? It might.
It is, until you continue.
I mean, it's not too essential, but that's kind of nice that there are health upgrades. I like that. You know what? I'm going to give that a point to Bits Studio. Yeah. Good job, Bits Studio.
So, like, here, Meekin's going to be right back where they need to be. Look, they're still back now. Meekin, you know, the score probably spent more time on this stage while Meekin's got back, which honestly wasn't even that bad. It took Meekin 6 minutes to get back.
Yeah.
Meekin's has more knowledge of the elevator still. Right?
Yeah.
Because they've gotten farther.
I think Meekin's is going to be able to get past Escorian again pretty quickly. Novasol, thank you so much for the sub. That is a lot of help since we give out over $2,000 worth of prizes for the bracket. I definitely appreciate that help. Mucho. Obrigado. Whatever.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Domo arigato. Obrigado in Portuguese is thank you as well. It's weird that, like, Portuguese thank you and Japanese thank you sound slightly similar. It's completely a coincidence. I'm sure it's not like a world conspiracy or something.
Maybe it is.
What?
So, Novasol, is this as close as it looks? And the answer is...
sort of.
Yes and no. They're on the same stage. They're both doing the same thing. Meekins has gotten here first and has made more progress.
Yeah, Meekins knows how stupid the elevator section is, and because of that is a little bit more patient, but knows the route to go. As you can see, Meekins just trying to wait, ducking and ducking and ducking. Ducking's fun. Ducks are cool. Okay, is this the shot? Yep, there we go. And because Meekins knows the correct path to get to the top of the building, they will be able to get back up there relatively quickie. Yeah. Relatively quickly.
See, they're already there, and Meekins knows there was a couple of, things over here. So Meekins already knew how to get back, right? So all told, Meekins lost about 8.5 minutes of time.
Yeah, that's really not too shabby when it comes to getting a full game over on Kusog7ande. Meekins is definitely in the lead. Escorian, by the way, has not gotten a full game over yet, and that could happen relatively soon. I wouldn't be too surprised. Yeah, Escorian just currently trying to wait, biding her time, trying to not rush. Oh my gosh, and the elevator's gone. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of the elevators either.
Already on to the next one, which is another driving section.
No! At least you know what you're supposed to do, though. Like, or at least you have a pretty good assumption, unless the game suddenly changes the rules or introduces something more complicated in the driving section, which could happen.
The game has been legitimately consistent about the rules, right? You need tickets, the ticket stubs, right, to get your power up, to get past whatever the issue is.
Yes, that's always the solution. Collect enough tickets, get past a specific section. I suppose that's like your hero power. You get enough tickets, bam, activate Arnold's power. And Meekins has the car boost in order to make any of the difficult jumps. That's as long as there's only one jump in the stage. I would assume so. The biggest issue is that there are a lot of potholes. Oh my gosh. What happened to Los Angeles? Is this what it's like to drive in LA?
I don't know.
I'm sure somebody in chat can answer. I've never driven in LA.
But this one's more like a race.
Okay.
I think. You can see up in the upper left on Meekins' screen.
There is the gauge. Yeah. Okay.
Gotta go fast.
I think you just gotta boop that car. No? I guess not. No car booping. Is that it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, there we
You
go.
just gotta boop the car.
And then a guy with giant club inside the... Okay, I like giant club guy. This is so good.
All right, so this is the premiere night. It's the premiere of your new movie, Jack Slater 4.
Yeah!
And everyone show up to cheer you on, including Benedict's henchmen. Battle Benedict's gorillas in the projection room, the film store, and in the manager's office. Then prepare for your biggest scene in your action hero career.
Sweet. Is this the final stage?
No, there are 2 more after this.
Ooh, okay. I mean, you have to show up. I'm glad that chat knows what the best movies are. Jack Slater 1, better than 4. Yeah, gotta go OG Jack Slater, but 4 was really good. But no, Escorian! Well, okay. The timer is going to kill Escorian before anything else does, unfortunately. But that's just how it goes in Kusog7ande. Sometimes, like, different things are hard for different people. Escorian, the first driving stage, she just destroyed it. Meekins took a long time on that stage. However, Meekins managed to get this elevator one pretty quickly. Oh no, Jack Slater, death by time. That's how you die when you run out of Tim. I really like the boss in this music. I would go ahead and say that, like, the music earlier in this game, not great, but this really gives me, like, Double Dragon vibes. Yeah. It's just, if there were, like... You need to make this about twice as long with a little bit more dynamic of a section in it, and if you did that, then bam, it would work for Double Dragon just fine. Jack had a Tim deficiency. I mean, yeah. Sometimes you run out of Tim.
Sometimes that's true.
Yeah, and if you're British, sometimes you run out of Tim Tams. I'm trying to remember if I've ever had a Tim Tam. I think I have, and I think they were good. Let me look.
I like them.
Tim Tam. I'm just looking up an image here. Yeah, they were fine. Sometimes you run out of Tim Tams, and then you die. Especially if you're really hungry. With that said, you know, we are 44 minutes into this. Both of the players here in the winner's bracket are, you know, still going to be in the tournament after this match, but one of them heading to the loser's bracket and will have to fight to stay alive. They will have a second Eurovision round.
No, at least it won't be Last Action Hero again.
I mean, at least not this version of it. Last Action Hero. Could be the pinball game.
Could be the Super Nintendo and Genesis versions.
Yeah,
or the NES one.
But it might not be. It probably won't be. Like, the odds of it being Last Action Hero again, very, very small.
That would be pretty amazing, though.
I mean...
Other GMs.
It also depends on how close this game is to the other ones, because I don't know. Sometimes games end up recycling elements based off of the different ports. Actually, that's what a port usually does, has the same elements that the other versions had. You port it. It's not like RoboCop, where every single version is somehow different, and there's no reason for it to be this different, but that's just how it is.
So, by the way, right?
Yeah?
I found an arcade version of RoboCop 2 while I was out at Galloping Ghost.
How was it?
Mediocre, which means it was the best RoboCop 2 game.
Oh,
and you want to know why it was the best RoboCop 2 game? Because it didn't follow the game.
Or the movie?
Not one bit. All right, so now we're on scene 8.
Oh, this looks like an easy fight. Ha! Okay, this is comedic. Ha! What the crap? How can you put this guy here again? Why?
Because now the building's like twice as big.
Okay.
Now Meekins is on the final level.
Final boss! It's this guy again! Oh, sword. Oh, he jumped into the movie screen! Don't you hate it? Yeah, see, this, like...
Use everything you've got to dust this slasher and this fireball blaster.
Honestly...
His amazing jumping ability will make you dizzy if you don't keep your wits about him.
If you had not played... Or if you had not seen the movie... You'd be a little bit confused what this is. Like, what the crap? But no, like, if you've seen the movie... Oh, is this just a Zelda fight where you knock his ball back?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, Escorian got a full game over. Meekins, ball to the foot.
Meekins is really good.
Beat this really quickly.
I think Meekins will get this because unless Meekins games overs here. Now the nice thing is because the game over, right? They'll continue right here.
Bam. Yeah, the safe spot is really nice and a little bit ridiculous. I gotta be honest.
I mean, it's 2 rounds of this. You run out. You hit him again.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat. Unless Meekin makes some bad choices, Meekin has got this.
You don't even use, like, a superpower. You don't get to use a hero power. All you do is you spin and kick. I mean, that's a good attack that I don't think Arnold does a whole lot. Does he kick much? Like, he's not Chuck Norris. Yeah, this boss leaves a lot to be desired. This is dumb. I'm actually very disappointed in Bit Studio for this boss.
As you should.
How many hits does it take this nerd? Come on, die! Die, movie screen, die! He kicks doors. Okay, this isn't a door. This is a ball flying out of the movie screen. Bam. Okay.
But what are balls but doors in spherical form?
I disagree with that. There we go! Boss down. I think we can pretty much call that a victory.
That is. The
Everybody-
Benefic defeated and World Order restored. Slater's fulfilled his role and so returns to his world where he's acknowledged as the last of the action heroes.
That he is. I'm calling that time then. Throw your hands in the air. We are done with this match. What an amazing time. All right, I'm welcoming them in to come and chat with us because Meekins has completed the game and is through. Escorian actually made a lot of progress, but got really walled on the elevators. Hello there, Escorian and Meekin as well. Welcome and congratulations to Meekin for finishing this game.
Congrats.
Yeah,
I was raging at those elevators.
those elevators.
Those elevators are the word.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, my Discord was turned up really loud. Holy moly, you were all very loud. That's okay. Hi.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Anyway.
that's all right.
Yeah.
You're suppressed now. Let it all out.
I'm suppressed. Okay. Yeah, Escorian, I feel like if you would have beaten the elevator stage, you would have had a good shot
You
at
would have
beating
finished
the
the
game
game.
as well. Like, it's just that whole section was the biggest pain in the butt. Absolutely ridiculous.
It was so boring.
It walled me.
Yeah, it's boring and it's a wall and it's stupid. I think one of the tricks to that level, are you just running into the fire over and over?
Yes.
Look, that's what he deserves, okay?
Honestly, we'll make him the last action hero.
Yeah, I can see one thing more after this.
Yeah, I'd say that, like, the elevator section, one of the main tricks, I think, was that eventually you had to sort of backtrack and go back left.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you got to that point quite yet, Escorian. It's just that a lot of the jumps were very tight, and the timing of the elevator's stupid.
The jumps were pretty much pixel perfect.
Yeah, they did not give a whole lot of leeway.
And for some reason, I ended up timing out on one of my attempts because the third elevator just, its cycle broke.
It's a
Yeah.
really dumb, legitimately, it's a really dumb, like, super tight time frame, right, to get up all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. The helicopter boss, I know, killed you there, Meekin, one time and ended up giving you a full game over. And I was worried that that might be a big setback. But at the same time, I knew as long as you remembered how to get past the previous stages, you would probably be able to get back to where you were. Escorian, honestly, just blew past the first driving stage. Escorian, like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, Meekin was stuck there
I
for so long.
I was there for quite a bit, actually, yeah.
Yeah, Escorian, what did you sort of gather on the first stage that let you do the second stage that quickly?
I noticed I needed tickets and I paid attention to the bottom. When
did
I
not.
started ramming the cars, I noticed some of them dropped it, not all of them. But I figured time loss for ramming the car is better than taking damage.
I did not notice, in the first stage, I didn't notice the ticket counter going down until, like, I was midway through the second stage, I think,
Yeah,
at all.
yeah, we figured because, you know, for the first few attempts, Oh my gosh, Escorian, I don't think you got to that point, but if you get to the end of the driving stage and don't have enough tickets, you just sort of, like, do a little bit of a jump and go straight into the water.
I did laugh when that happened, but it was unfortunate.
That was my first attempt. I was 2 tickets short.
Okay, I thought that you ran out of time, but yeah, if you were 2 tickets short, at least you got to see it, yes. There's something so satisfying just seeing a car go into water. It always makes me happy. Yeah, with that...
Not as satisfied as burning this guy right now.
Yeah, let me go back there so that everybody can see. Well, Arnold just needs to run into some fire every once in a while. Oh, geez, sorry. Woo! With that said, like, what do you think of the game overall? Escorian first.
Wasn't that bad, but it was really overall boring. Like, all the stages kind of bored me.
I think I agree with you. It's about as generic as you can get for an action platformer. Yeah.
Because I spent so much time on stage 1, I ended up learning that you can get 2 punches, run out, and then you can get 2 punches again.
Oh, I never did that. I just went full mash on them until it worked.
Yeah. Meekin, do you sort of feel the same way about the game?
Yeah, it was a little boring, I guess. I mean, after I game over like half an hour in, I like got back to where I was in like 7 minutes. It was pretty quick.
Yeah, the speed run.
The speed run's 11 minutes and 46 seconds.
Dang.
Yeah. What were you saying about the music? Because we did.
The music
talk
was
about
pretty
that.
good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty slappy. I liked it.
The drive-in stage music kind of sucked.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But like the elevator stage music, if you're going to be stuck on a stage for a while, that one was actually not too bad. I complained about the music until we got there. Then I'm like, this is basically Double Dragon, just if they didn't quite make a long enough track for Double Dragon. Like, this is a good demo track to send out and be like, is this a good vibe? Is this a good feel? And then they'd give a thumbs up and you'd finish the track. Bam.
You know, the irony is the best music, right, was on the elevator stage. Elevator music is never any good.
I don't know. It's kind of the best music for Jurassic Park on Super Nintendo.
I mean, they should have just put in, if you're going to have an elevator stage, you should just put in Girl from Ipanema and be done with it.
That's copyrighted, Corndan. You can't do it. I think it is. It's
Fine,
probably
just put it in a minor key.
Yeah.
Now it's a derivative art.
There we go. Perfect. Well, yeah, Meekin, congratulations. I was honestly betting on Escorian personally. So you stole the victory away from me. That's fine.
I was rooting for you.
Well, I was rooting for both of you, but I was thinking Escorian's got this. She's got this. But that's okay,
Well,
Esco. You're going to the losers bracket, but you've still got a decent chance to stay in this.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my hardest to claw my way out.
Yeah, and honestly, like, you've always done good in Kusog7ande. Both of you. I was like, honestly, this is a very even matchup. I feel like you got an unfortunate late game over there, Escorian, that made it a little bit difficult to get back. But I don't know, maybe if you died a lot more sooner, then you would have like had a little bit of a refresher of the previous stages and gotten back to the elevators with a fresh mind. I don't know. I don't know if was necessarily a way for you to make more progress. It just wasn't your game. That's what I'd say.
I just let it get to my head with how many times I died on the elevator that I couldn't time it properly, I'd say.
Mind you, Meekin spent a decent amount of time there as well. I think one thing that I try to let people know is that, you know, if they are struggling with the level, that usually means that the other player is, and that was definitely true, that you both struggled with that. It's just really easy to stress out because of it.
Yeah, having to wait so long makes you antsy, so you want to just try to make jumps that aren't going to work.
Especially with a timer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I do see Secret Agent Barbie is over at Games Done Quick right now. Y'all want to raid
heck yeah.
over there? I think that'd be good.
I think we should.
Don't make us bored. 100th episode is tomorrow, everybody, at 7 p.m. Eastern. So please come to our channel. We're going to have a lot of fun games. We're going to have some ridiculous times. We're also possibly going to have some dwarf action in Deep Rock Galactic. So it's going to be a good time.
Really good game. Really good game.
Yeah, I know. Corndan hasn't
I'm going to
played
find
it.
out for the first time. I own the game. I've never played it. I think I got it in a Humble Bundle or something.
Nice.
And everybody talks about it. I even have it installed under my computer because I was going to play with Wobbly Python, I believe, and it never panned out.
Well, everybody go spam Barbie hype. GDQ will definitely appreciate it because we all need Secret Agent Barbie in our life. Thank you, Escorian.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meekin.
Thanks, bye. Have a good Barbie.
We'll see you, Corndan. Bye, friends.
Bye.
Goodbye.